No. Okay.
You can edit out anything that we do.
Okay. A warm climate year-round, an island full of history, culture, and passion. To some, this doesn't sound common. There is always a need to escape from the hustle and bustle of the city or from the miles of countryside. Nestled in the middle of the Caribbean islands is the one called the Island of Enchantment. Puerto Rico. 300 miles of coastline surround this once-upon-a-time Spanish colony discovered by Christopher Columbus in his second voyage to what he thought were the Indies. As a local anthem, La Borinqueña says, when the Genevan explorer stepped foot on the island, filled with admiration, he said it was the beautiful land he was looking for. More than 500 years after his discovery, Puerto Rico's charms have not gone unnoticed. Visitors are constantly fascinated by everything this pearl of the Caribbean has to offer, and locals are more than welcome to welcome visitors with open arms. Puerto Rico does it better, or so says the Puerto Rico Tourism Company. Puerto Rico boasts monumental landmarks, delicious food, and hosts plenty of entertainment to offer tourists and the local population alike the experience of a lifetime. Across its 78 municipalities, the island is home to many sites and monuments which are representative of Puerto Rican culture. Perhaps the most representative is the San Juan National Historic Site, which is an antique military complex. Comprising of the Castillo El Morro and Castillo San Cristobal, they were built by the Spanish during the 1500s to defend the island against invading forces from the Dutch and French explorers. The travel guide Foders says that a visit to Old San Juan is not complete without exploring these twin fortresses. Park rangers offer fascinating tours of the tunnels, cannon batteries, and barracks, which today feature museum pieces recalling a once glorious past. The first inhabitants of the islands were the Taino Indians, whose customs and traditions have been key towards forming a concrete concept of Puerto Rican history and identity. At Tibes in Ponce, near the south, and at Caguana, near Gual, in the north, archaeologists have discovered and presented these impressive courts that were marked by rows of massive stone walls. These two areas are now ceremonial parks in which visitors could catch a glimpse of this native culture. Among the other attractions that Puerto Rico has to offer is El Yunque National Rainforest, which was recently nominated to be one of the world's new 7 wonders of nature. As a subtropical rainforest, El Yunque is a special place with a unique ecosystem and an unspoiled natural beauty that has enchanted visitors for hundreds of years, so says the Puerto Rico Tourism Company. With its unique charm, today the forest is home to 240 tree species, 88 of which are found only in Puerto Rico, and 23 of which only grow in El Yunque. Outside the metropolitan area and the eastern coast, the small south and western towns carry numerous off-the-beaten-path destinations. Rincon, a picturesque beach town, is one of these destinations. This small town is a known favorite of Puerto Rico's tourists. Reminiscing of his trip to the island, John Riley wrote, "Rincon is peppered with natural beauty left largely natural, with a hint of a rough edge, and from what I can tell, locals and visitors are happy to leave the luxury to more snooty Caribbean destinations." The Puerto Rico Tourism Company lists Ponce, located in the south, as a place of quiet grace and elegance. This region developed independently from San Juan and northern Puerto Rico and retains its own customs and traditions. Fodor's travel guide also lists other major noteworthy spots around the island, such as the Puerto Rico Observatory in Arecibo, which was shown in Jodie Foster's movie Contact, and the bioluminescent bay, and the Parque de las Cavernas, which features impressive rock formations and some of the deepest and the largest caves in the world. When visiting a foreign land, probably one of the most important aspects of any trip is savoring and trying out local delicacies. Puerto Rico's world-renowned dishes are sure to please palates across the border. Any Puerto Rican dish is accompanied by a plate of rice and beans, and the main dishes are outstanding. For years, Puerto Rico's dining has blended Taino, Spanish, and African culture into its plates. The Puerto Rico Tourism Company mentions that the island's most iconic dish is the mofongo, and it is like a mound of, like they take green plantain and they mash it and they fry it. It's really good. And they serve it with jautilla. It's like a grown tuber root vegetable, and it's either stuffed with a variety of fillings including steak, chicken, seafood, pork, or vegetables, or it's served as a side dish to a main course. Other dishes mentioned were asopao. It's like a hearty soup made with chicken, rice, and a combination of spices and vegetables. And lechon, which is basically roasted pork, which is a holiday season favorite. They look weird, but I swear they're really good. Larry Olmsted from the Los Angeles Times traveled to Puerto Rico, and he visited a restaurant called El Jibarito, and he tried a dish that's called the taifongo. He said it was like a lesser seen cousin of mofongo. Instead of just green, unripe plantain, taifongo also includes ripe plantains and yuca. Also, like they're all like mashed together. And all around Puerto Rico, one is bound to find excellent restaurants which feature local food and local takes on your national cuisine. Mary Fergione of the Los Angeles Times said that Puerto Rico wants you to have more fun, really. Whether you enjoy block parties, an idyllic nightlife, or outdoor activities, the island has something to offer for everyone. Fergione wrote about how the Puerto Rico Tourism Company offers special tours through their programs which encompass the best of the island, whether it is through outdoor activities, such as culinary tours and kayaking or zipline. Along with entertaining outdoor activities, when the sun goes down, no one does it like the Puerto Ricans. Stop by a local bar and pick up a nice cold medalla, the island's local beer. Perhaps the most cultural, influential, and popular festival on the island is the Festival de la Calle San Sebastián, which is like this huge block party. And when Puerto Rico Day Tours describes the Festival de la Calle San Sebastián as folks lining the colorful balconies along the Calle San Sebastián and the rest of the parade group watching and shouting to the throngs of people in the streets. It's basically like the Puerto Rican version of New Orleans Mardi Gras, but without the beats. With plenty of options for fun in the sun, anyone can visit Puerto Rico and find something to do, whether it is a trip to the beach, horseback riding, or walking through historic cobblestone streets. The tropical climate and the welcoming atmosphere set the tone to discover everything this island gem has to offer. I lived in Puerto Rico throughout my life, and now I'm miles away from home, but I always carry it in my heart. I would never discourage anyone to take some time to visit this beautiful island, because only one of you had visited it in the survey that I did, which, I don't know. I hope I encouraged you to go. And Puerto Rico, with its imposing landmarks, its gastronomical variety, and its non-stop activities, is a perfect destination for a memorable vacation and an escape to paradise. Thank you.